The suspect accused of killing 3 generations of a family here in London this week appeared before the courts today as members of the southwestern Ontario community demand justice and additional charges. "20-year-old Nathaniel Veltman is being held here at the Elgin Middlesex Detention Centre. He appeared before the courts via video today from inside the jail. Wearing orange, prison-issued clothing and a blue mask, Veltman stood quietly, looking straight ahead, with his hands clasped in front of him. Initially, there was confusion at the virtual hearing because the suspect has yet to retain legal counsel, a revelation that is raising eyebrows in legal circles.
There's a big volume of evidence that either has been gathered or will be gathered that has to be reviewed by both the prosecution and the defense.
Police say Veltman intentionally targeted and murdered 3 generations of a family with a black pickup truck at this North London intersection Sunday night because of their Islamic faith. 46-year-old Salman Afzal, his wife, 44-year-old Madiha Salman, their 15-year-old daughter, Yumna Afzal, and her 74-year-old grandmother all died. The lone survivor is 9-year-old Fayez Afzal. The accused has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Many have been calling for additional charges to be laid.
When it comes to the Muslims, everybody talking to the Muslim terrorists. What are you calling this now? It's terrorists.
What we really need to do before laying a charge of terrorism is continue the investigation and gather the evidence. And the evidence will lead us to whether or not we have grounds for such a charge.
London's chief of police tells CityNews they're exploring the possibility of terrorism charges with the RCMP and the prosecution. Defense lawyer David Butt is a former prosecutor and says a terror charge could be laid even if Veltman was acting alone.
For first-degree murder, all you need is planning and deliberation. For the added element of terrorism, a person may still be able to act alone, but there has to be evidence that it was in pursuit of a terrorist purpose, at least. What is necessary is that there has to be the broader purpose of advancing a terrorism-related agenda.
But I have a message of hope. That although what brought us here together today is a tragedy, what I want to offer is a message of hope.
Abdi Al-Fatah Tawakol spoke at this week's vigil. He's worked as an imam and spiritual leader in London, Ontario for years. Speaking one-on-one with CityNews, he has this message for the accused, Nathaniel Veltman.
Whatever it is that led him to do this, he needs to change within himself and mend his ways, change himself. What is it that led him to do this? Because it wasn't just an attack on the family of 4, the 3 generations who lost their lives. That was an attack on all of us. Well, Veltman's next court case, or next appearance rather, in front of the courts is this coming Monday.